Welcome to BAM, Badass Moms with Lori and Jenny. We are moms on a mission to share women's stories about life, fitness, aging, relationships, travel, and much more. Hello, friends, and thanks for listening. I just wanted to take a second to give you a quick reminder about subscribing to the show. If you have not already, just take a moment and do so. This will make sure that you never miss a daily bite or an upcoming episode. And in addition to that, if you have a few extra moments and like to drop us a review, we'd really appreciate it. And there's also a sponsor of the show located at the bottom of all of our episodes. Once again, thank you for listening. Thank you for being badass. Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us on another episode of the BAM with Lori and Jenny. We're really excited to talk to each other today. It's been a minute. We have taken some time off over the summer to enjoy, travel, do all the things, work, I'm trying to keep that balance. So I'm excited to catch up with you today, Jenny, and just see what you've been up to.
I know. I feel like this summer has flown by so fast. I can't even believe it.
Like blink of an eye, right?
It's crazy. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I was just chatting with Jenny before we went live. I feel like she's been very busy and hard to get a hold of, and hopefully busy in the sense that she has been doing some fun travel, which I hope to hear about. And then, as we all know, life creeps up, and we've got work and responsibilities. But I want to kind of check in and see what you've been up to.
Yeah. So, we actually haven't had much travel. We went to Nashville in May. So I don't know if that counts as summer. We went to Nashville in May, and then I did one camping trip, which ended before it was supposed to because we got massively rained on. And so that was a little bit crazy. And then we're actually prepping to go on vacation. We're going to the Dolomites in Italy, which I am so excited about.
Amazing.
So most of our, I feel like we have to get our kid back to school, so just trying to balance all those kinds of things. But you did a really cool trip.
We did some big travel. Yeah. We, right when school ended, which I feel like was forever ago, but not really that long ago, we went to Japan, and we also did South Korea. It was an extra special trip. As I think many of you have heard before, my stepson was actually adopted, and he is from South Korea. And so we wanted to give him the opportunity to go back and check out where he was born. So we tacked that on to our Japan trip, and it was lovely. It was amazing. I can't recommend travel to Japan enough, and South Korea was lovely. So yeah, it was a great jump into summer and get out there and just go have a lot of fun and really expose the kids to a different culture.
You are one of 3 of my friends that went to Japan this summer, and it's totally on my list. I really want to go. I don't know if Sean's as excited as I am. I think, and I probably wasn't that excited until I heard stories from you guys, because it is so different, right?
100%.
Europe's different, but this is a whole other level of different. So, but yeah, after hearing from you guys and hearing what it's like, I cannot wait to go.
Yeah, I think the fact that every day since we have been back from Japan, my 8-year-old says, I wish I was in Japan. I want to go back to Japan. I miss Japan, every day. And I think he liked the ramen, let's be honest. He really liked the food. He's not a big fish eater, but he definitely liked the noodles. He liked the Korean barbecue that we had in South Korea. But it's just something about the culture, the people, the kindness, the cleanliness, the safeness that I think you bring back. And you love it. And it's just, you want to go back.
Yeah. I think here's what I've done. So I don't know if you've worked at all with Notebook LM.
Mm-mm.
It's an AI tool. It's a Google tool. And I've been keeping a list of all the places I want to go travel, and I'm putting them in Notebook LM. And then it captures all of your information. And you can have it search the web, but you can also just have it search your own documents. So basically my thought is, when we have the ability to be somewhat flexible, because I can work from wherever, and the kids aren't here, and we don't have to go on school breaks anymore. So my thought is, put all the things that I want to do in there. And then when it's time to take a trip, or we're looking at taking a trip and we're like, oh, we want to go to the beach. And then I can just type in, I want to go to the beach. I don't want the flight to be longer than this many hours, whatever. And then it will pull from my own list instead of pulling from a massive list on the internet. Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's my plan. We'll see how it works. But I've been using it for our Italy planning too, and it's just freaking amazing.
So when are you going to Italy?
We leave at the end of this month, and yeah, and I'm super excited because somebody will be staying at the house. The dogs will be taken care of, which makes me so happy. And yeah, and so we will be in little villages in the Dolomites. So we go to Venice, and then three little like towns in the Dolomites, and we're doing. I had never heard of this. Um, Via Ferrata. Have you heard of them? I
Nope.
think that's the right way to say it. But it's basically like you're hiking, but you're clipped in because there's crazy terrain. And so
Okay.
there's ladders and bridges and all kinds of stuff. So we're going on one of those, and I'm very excited for that.
Are
That'll
you
be.
scared? Are you scared of heights? I mean, I feel like
I'm
with
not
all your
scared.
stories, Jenny, we should be extra safe on
I
this
know.
excursion,
I
like
know.
extra safety belts, like
Well, the good news is this is a planned thing, and it is like there's a safety, the safety is built in, it's a tour, like all the things. So yeah, I know. I was like, that was when I broke my finger, I was like, okay, from now on, the things that I do are going to be tour guide led, to make sure. So yeah, I'm very excited about that one.
that's
So
awesome. And is it just you and Sean, or are your girls going?
yeah, just me and Sean. It'll be our 25th anniversary in October. So
What? How can you be married that long? You're only like 30. That's
I know.
impossible.
I feel like that most of the time. I'm like, it's so weird. So yeah, just the two of us.
I
You guys
love it.
haven't just the two of you vacation in a while, have you?
Oh my gosh, no. I don't even know what that'd be like. It's been
I know.
too long. Too long. And I think as you can kind of relate, when you have younger kids, it's a little bit more challenging to take those big trips and just leave them at home.
Mhm.
But I am looking forward to, we always love traveling with our family, of course, but I think there's something special about being able to go with your partner and just,
Yeah.
go and enjoy being together without all the distractions of mom, I'm tired, I'm
Yeah.
hungry.
How much further
Um,
do we walk? All that kind of stuff. And yeah, and I don't know. It'll be nice. Like again, we don't have to plan around school stuff, and we can kind of go when we want to go. And actually wanted to go a little bit later, like September, but because it's the mountains, I don't want to hit snow. So
right, right. So let's talk about that. You have been now an empty nester
yeah,
for like the whole, what are we going on year 2 now, right?
it'll be, well, we'll start year 2. Yeah. So
Start
she'll
year
start her
2.
sophomore year. Yeah.
Okay. How is it going? Like, how are you feeling? Are you embracing it? Are you missing the girls? Like, how are you feeling about things?
Oh, I definitely miss them. And it's like, the little things that you're used to hearing about their day, even though they're like, when you say what happened at
Mhm.
school, they're like, nothing. You still get little bits and pieces, right? So I miss that kind of stuff. Chelsea is working at summer camp this summer. And so she pops in less than last summer, actually, but she pops in like once a week and we see her for like maybe 20 minutes. But my joke is that I assigned a song to her, and it's Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball, because when she comes in, like everything is a hot mess. Like she leaves her crap everywhere. She starts shouting orders. Do my laundry, switch my laundry. Can I have this? What's for dinner? All that kind of stuff. And then she leaves in this mad dash, and you just kind of spin around and you're like, what just happened? So yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
you've got to love that she's still like that she still just loves coming home, and even if it is just like a whirlwind when she's there, that I mean, she probably loves it just as much as you do.
She's just so funny. It's like the other day, she calls me, it's like, I don't know, 9:30 at night. And she says, she, she doesn't jump into what she needs. She just says, so we were out, and you can tell there's something that happened. And I said, okay, just jump to like, what do you
Get to
need?
the
What
point.
And she says, so we were driving down the street, we decided to run in a field, and my car keys fell out of my pocket, and we can't find them, and they're in the field.
Oh,
And I
gee.
was like, okay, I have your spare, I'll come get you. And she was all upset, like, I don't know where my car keys, I don't think I'll be able to find them. And so we were cracking up because our friend does metal detecting. So this past weekend, we went out there with 3 metal detectors and we found her keys.
You found him though. Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Well, what was funny is she had a video of the two of them running because, of course, they have to have everything captured,
Of
right?
course, of course.
And it didn't have the coordinates on it. And I thought, well, maybe if I pop it into AI, it can tell me exactly where it is. Because you knew where they were, like you knew the field they were in,
Sure,
but you couldn't
sure.
tell what part of the field, and it was big. So I popped it in there, and it couldn't do that, which I'm sure that will probably by the time this airs, that will change. Um, but anyway, so it was pretty funny. But the video did help narrow it down even more. And then, yeah, we were able to find them. So it was crazy, but it just cracked me up.
That's funny. I feel like, you know, how you talk about by the time this airs, AI will be able to like
Yes.
probably do that. I mean, I feel like it's just, you know, let's talk a little bit of technology and how I feel at it. It is just crazy
Yeah.
how much it can do and how much we're using it, but how much we're not even using what it can do yet. We're constantly learning of all the different ways that AI can be incorporated into our day-to-day life, be it work, be it personally.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, a bit overwhelming, a bit scary, a bit great, right? Like, let's be honest. I don't, how are you feeling about all the technology?
I've totally gone down the rabbit hole. I love it because, as you know, owning my own business for going on, we're about to finish up 2 years. No, yeah, we'll start our third year. I don't even know. I don't even know
Right,
how.
right, right.
Whatever. And
Long enough to forget. That's good.
yeah, I know. And we've been busy, which I'm very grateful for. And also you are trying to find balance, right? And so there's things that I'm trying to put into place using AI to help. It has been a game. Like there's work we can do faster and better now because of it. So I've been going down the rabbit hole of trying to learn as much as possible and learn how to leverage it so that I can better support our clients. And the tools, like I watch YouTube videos and stuff, but I will not watch anything that's over like a couple weeks because
Okay.
it's not even worth looking back 2 weeks because all that stuff has changed, you know?
It is, yeah, it's incredible. I mean, it really is. And how quick it is, that's what's
Yeah,
insane. Literally, as soon as you type something, you've got the information you need within
I know.
seconds.
Well,
Um,
I used it to
crazy.
plan our trip. So
Oh yeah.
I did this was how long ago did we plan it? Maybe a year ago. But I took Backroads Travel, which I think is awesome. They
Mhm.
have really cool trips and I liked their itinerary, but there were a couple things I didn't want. And so I popped in their itinerary. Now I wouldn't even have to like, now I could like take a picture of it and upload it, but it wasn't like that. Then I had to like retype it. And I said, I want something just like this. I don't want these three things and I want to add this. And it completely did it for me. And it even told me the bike shop that I can rent the bike from. It was like, do you want me to draft an email? And now I think if you do the $200 a month one, it will book your flight.
It'll take the trip for you. It will
Right?
literally go,
Exactly. Like
take
we're at
the
that
trip,
point.
come back, and give
Take
you
the
all the
trip for
memories.
me. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that
So
so funny?
yeah,
Do it all. Go take the trip and
it
then
was
just implant those
crazy.
memories in my mind.
So anyway, so it's pretty crazy
So
and
what,
great.
so with all the like work and the AI, it also like, you know, as you and I are both huge fans of like working out and getting out and about, like, have you taken up anything new this summer? Is there anything you've been able to dive into for hobbies or that you've had to take a step back from this summer? Where has that balance kind of been for yourself?
New stuff. I haven't tried anything new. I mean, I've done some hiking and stuff like that, which has been good. I honestly just want to be able to walk more. Like I feel like I'm sitting too much because I'm so busy at work
Mhm.
and I do not like sitting at my desk all day. It drives me crazy. And I feel like the older I get, the worse I am at it. And every meeting I have now is on camera. And I don't understand because I thought that would leave with corporate, but even now people want to be on video. They want to do like Teams or Zoom or whatever. And I'm like, I don't
Right.
talk. Like I
It's,
don't want to.
I know it's
So
definitely challenging, right? Like I think the one thing about, you know, if you say walking that I have implemented because we walked so much when we were in Japan. Like I
yes,
mean honestly probably a minimum of 8 miles a day
yes,
easily. One thing that I did, honestly, I think I've probably missed 2 days this whole entire summer is every morning I've been waking up at 5:30 and I
Oh, I
take my
love it.
dog out and we walk for 3 miles every morning.
Yeah,
And literally, I think I've only missed 2 days. And A, it's
that's
beautiful. It's
awesome.
not too hot. And if nothing else happens the rest of the day, I
Yes.
know I got my walk in. And you know
Yes.
what? Like that peace of mind is like meditation, right? Sometimes I'll
Yeah.
listen to something, but I find myself most of the time, I
Just
don't listen to
walking.
anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
just walking, enjoying. So I totally hear you about the walking. I think it's like the best medicine for our souls, along with so many other things. But
Yeah. And yesterday was just such a busy day. And I was like, I just need to get out for a walk. And I did. I thought it was going to rain. And I was like, I don't even care. I just need to get out. And so got the dogs out. And yeah, I'm trying to hit just my 10,000 steps. And
yeah,
it is amazing how infrequently that happens because I am on meetings, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. And that's why early morning, like I've always, and I know you are too, a fan of early morning workouts or
Yeah.
walks or whatever it is, because the day gets busy, things come up, like, and there's nothing you can do about it. But if you allot that time in the morning,
Hmm.
nothing's going to get in your way. And I've always appreciated that. I think even with training, when I was a personal trainer, I would love the morning clients because they were
Yeah.
the ones that were, I'm going to
Consistent.
say, extra motivated, right? They were getting up early. They didn't want to miss their workout.
Yeah.
Whereas evening people, for sure, they're motivated also, but stuff comes up more,
Yeah,
right?
like work goes long or
Mhm.
whatever, and I go to the gym in the morning. So
Mhm.
I do my weightlifting in the morning. Um, and I can't do usually fit both of them in, which is why the walk tends to get like I go later. So yeah, I don't know.
Let's-
But
I have to ask you about the workouts. You know, how's the pull-ups ever since you had
I got to
the
7. I'm
surgery?
back at 7,
Oh, good. Okay, good.
but you're gonna die. Okay, one of the things that happened today is I went to the doctor. So can I just tell you, part of why I'm so busy, I feel like, is because physical therapy, and I'm still doing physical therapy for my hand. And I also have a bulging disc in my back now. So that's a separate thing, so physical therapy for that. And then I went to the doctor because my finger is not quite healing the way they want it to. And they want to do another surgery.
No.
So
How
I'm
does
like,
your finger not heal the way you want it? I mean, it's your finger. Like what's going on?
it doesn't, my hand doesn't close.
Well, there's that.
Yeah. Like, I mean, my hand closes, my finger, but the thing is, I can still grip, like, I can still live my life. I can still do my thing. So I'm like, I was like, do I really need to do it? And they're like, well,
No.
we really think you should. But I'm like, yeah, I mean, I can't grip as much with this one, but I can still do pull ups and stuff. I can still grip stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's
So
a
I'm like,
tough call, right?
yeah,
Optional, right? Surgery, and you're like, well,
I
yes,
know.
it potentially could make it better, but it could make
It
it
might
worse,
not. I
right?
know. So I have more thinking about that to do because I'm like, do I really want to be out of commission yet again?
Ugh.
And yeah. So anyway, um,
Yeah, that's a bummer. I have a very good friend of mine who recently, I don't know how many months it's been now, she tore her Achilles and
mm,
she had to have surgery, and she's a very, very active individual, and it's been tough, the recovery.
mhm.
She's now walking, and I think she's able to do some
That's
hikes
a
and stuff, but
really tough one.
definitely, when you're a very active person and those things come up, even if it's your
Mhm.
finger or your toe or your foot or whatever it is, it definitely, takes away from your routine.
I know. And I'm like, I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing, like you feel like usually you think about people that have to go to the doctor a bunch or get like injured and stuff as people that aren't active or the people that aren't doing things to like stay
Mhm.
healthy. So that's the thing that drives me crazy. I'm like, I'm doing all the stuff I'm supposed to, and I'm still like ending
Right.
up with the doctor.
Right. So looking at summer, I feel like, it might be a little bit different for you, or maybe it's the same with the mindset because you're girls. I mean, I know your younger one is going back to college, so you kind
Yeah.
of have that feel of going back to school. But for yourself, do you feel any changes coming up? For me, obviously, I have kids that are still in school.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, school starts, and I feel like it's like another chapter, like,
Yeah.
are you feeling that?
It's funny. I love the seasons. That's why I love being here. I don't know that I could do well without seasons, you know? And I'm usually ready for the next one. Like I look forward to the change. And there's something about back to school that makes me so happy. I've always been like that, even as a little kid.
I
And
kind of want to go back to school. Not that I want to be a teacher, but I wish I did have the excitement of going back to school, right? Or being a student, or like, what can I keep thinking, maybe I can go back to college, but then I would do that online. So it wouldn't be as cool. I don't know.
So we should talk about that because all right, the things I like about it, like you would get new outfits, right? Like you get new folders and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a sense of newness.
Yeah.
And then your routine changes up a little bit, which I think is cool. And there's a possibility of meeting new friends and stuff. And then you're learning new things. So I don't know, maybe it's just that change in routine. And maybe we could still do that for ourselves, even though
Right.
we're not.
I don't know how. Let me know how, besides
I
going
know.
back
Well,
to
I'll have
school.
to play with that.
Okay.
I'll see. But I have to tell you this too, because I've been saving this. So a few weeks ago, I started talking to my friend about, we were talking about a book, but what it ended up leading to was, I didn't know that this existed, but some people don't have an inner dialogue. So do you have an inner dialogue, like a voice in your head that like rehashes conversations?
I have like 20 voices in my head, Jenny. That is the problem.
I know. So that's the thing. And mine doesn't shut up. And I was joking. I'm like, the biggest bully that I have in my life is the voice in my head, right? Like it does not go away. But some people don't have an inner dialogue. And so my friend was telling me about her daughter who does not have one. And she also can't visualize.
I've heard that can't visualize. I actually have heard about the people that cannot.
I did not know that either. And I was shocked. And then I'm telling my other friend about it. She goes, oh yeah, my daughter, same, can't visualize and does not have inner dialogue. And I was so floored. Then I'm talking with my family about it. And I find out that Chelsea, Sean, and Alyssa all see colors with days of the week. And Chelsea sees colors with numbers. And they see the calendar differently, like the months differently, which is also a thing I did not know existed. And so I was like, oh my God, my whole world has just completely changed.
I mean, it is so interesting to think about, right? Because you just have this thought process that everybody sees the world as you see the world, totally. Right? Or sees words as you see words, or colors, or visualization. And I think, like you said, obviously there's so many people out there that have a different reality of how they function, right?
No, and I'm like, okay, so I might be telling somebody to visualize something. Think about sports, right? You're telling kids to visualize something. If they don't know how to visualize, that is so not going to work on them. And right. It just made me think about even in the corporate world, well, even in just day-to-day life. No wonder we miscommunicate so much.
Oh, absolutely. Right. I mean, because it's hard enough just, I think, to listen, right? Yeah. It's hard enough to listen and then digest. And then for all the different ways of learning, you sit in some kind of, let's say you sit in a seminar and you're learning information and the teacher's explaining it one way. Well, that's resonating with maybe 25% of the class, right? So are you a visual learner? Are you a verbal? I think it's very interesting. And then to find out that information about your own family that you've known your whole entire life, you're like, oh, that's interesting.
I know. I was like, how have I never, but if you don't know that exists, you don't know to ask those questions, right? Why would I even ask those questions? Do you see a color when you look at a number? It wouldn't even occur to me.
I'm like, I have to think about that. I'm like, can I just associate a color with a number? I don't know.
Well, it's funny because I know that like with the calendar, I see it in the way that I was probably taught it in school, right? In blocks.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my friend sent me a YouTube video and it showed people drawing the months of the year and all of them were so different. And I was completely shocked. It was crazy.
See, I mean, learning new things, right? It's always, I love that. But I think, going back to like the freshness and newness of seasons and school, I think you're right. I think there's an excitement even when you are kind of in the backseat and you're not necessarily the one going back to school. I think it's fun to, for me, especially, and the boys, like, hey, another grade, like you talked about, a new teacher, a new atmosphere, new friends, new schedule. I think all of that is super fun, and to really be there and be supportive for them. I think it's a really fun time. So if you had, I'm going to throw this out and I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
If you had a song that would like sum up your summer, like what would it be? What would go on it?
Okay. So oh, it's so dumb. There's a Def Leppard song called Foolin', but it's not, I modified it. So one of the things I decided I wanted to do this summer, I call it tooling around. And it's like basically just drop yourself in a random neighborhood or spot and tool around, just wander, you know? And so I was telling my friend who I was tooling with, I was like, oh, I'm going to, the song Fooling, I'm like, that's going to be our theme song, but it's tooling.
I love it. It's
No,
like I prepped you for that
she
question. You had
hates
such a good
it.
answer.
She hates that genre of music. She's like, no, I'm not using that.
I think that's awesome, right? That's what we do when we travel. But if you think about it, we should do it in our own backyard, right? Let's go out and about. And like you always, I'm a creature of habit for sure. And so like I think putting yourself in just a different space that's so close to
Mhm.
where you normally are and just being like, I'm gonna go explore. I'm gonna go into a store I've never been into. I'm gonna
Well, on that note, guess where I'm going this weekend?
Oh my gosh, I have no idea.
Okay, Leadville. I don't know if you know this. They have a burro race. It's like burro days or something.
Huh.
They run with donkeys. They do running races with donkeys, and there's a parade and everything. So I've been wanting to see this race, and so I'm going up to watch the race.
This does not surprise me, Jenny, considering you like slept in a potato and you went to the big hot air balloon, festival in New Mexico. Like I love this. So you get to run with the donkeys, not the
Well,
bulls.
I'm not doing the
Oh,
running because that would probably be a recipe for disaster. But I'm gonna watch. Yeah,
awesome. I've never
I'm
heard of that. I think
yeah.
the only thing I ever associate with Leadville is like the Leadville 100, like
I
the big.
know. Well, and this has been going on for like years, 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 years. And I had no idea. And there was a book a friend gave me probably 5, 6 years ago called, I think it's called Running with Sherman. And it's about a donkey that was rescued. And then they, rehab him and then they start training him to run in a race.
That's awesome.
I know. And so, yeah, so the Leadville run has been around forever, like longer than us, that's for sure.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
yeah, I'm super excited.
I look forward to the recap of that. I have no donkey events on my calendar, so I'm feeling I like we're going to the mountains to sum
Yeah.
up our summer. We wanted to kind of get up there and just get one more little trip. But
What's
yeah,
your song?
song. Yeah, I think this summer is just I Will Survive. I feel
Okay.
like
Yeah.
so many good things, but I feel like there's just been a lot of change and just a lot going on. My little one's still in a lot of camps and just balancing it all with work and family. And I think not in a bad way, I Will Survive, but just kind of like, so many things were being juggled that I feel like I'm being able to come up and breathe now as
Yeah.
school is about to start. I will say I had many highlights this summer, but one of the most fun things I personally got to do is I played in a hockey tournament last weekend
Oh, you did?
and my team won, which was so fun.
Yay!
But I give credit to all the 22-year-old girls that I played with on my team. So that in itself was amazing. Like they, here I am and, double their age out there and they were just so fun to play with. And it was just such a treat. I always play with a lot of amazing women. Don't get me wrong.
That's
Everybody I
so
play with is
awesome.
awesome, but it was fun to be surrounded by, like this youthfulness, that I feel like I'm not that far from, but you kind of notice it a bit more when you're the one that's like double their age, right? So super fun. And I feel like getting to play a little bit of hockey in my spare time has really been kind of my sanity for me.
Yeah,
I haven't done as much bike riding, which has bummed me out, but I've definitely got some hockey in. So
that's good. Well, I do have one because whenever school would start, I was excited for school to start. What I wasn't excited for was the kids. They have to go to bed at a certain time. They have to wake up at a certain time. Like just, I guess, that schedule where you are just more limited and,
oh, it's so tough. The sleep
more,
schedule, right?
yeah,
You give
like
your
all
kids
that.
this freedom all summer.
Yeah.
And then you've got to like dial it in because if you don't dial it in, everybody pays for it, right?
Yeah.
I agree that part is definitely not fun. The darker nights are a bummer.
Yeah.
Like, all those things. There's definitely that summertime sadness.
In the summer, it's just so free and everybody's running around. I mean, one summer, and she'll kill me for saying this, but I'm pretty sure Chelsea didn't shower for like 10 days. And she'd be like,
well, a great summer.
Like I went to the pool and
Yeah.
it's like, you don't have to shower. Like, who are you going to get? You're going to see. Who cares?
I love that because that's Wyatt too. He'll go out and play at the pool or like play in water and like the bouncy castle and be like, I don't need to shower. And I'm like,
Yes.
Yeah, you kind of don't. I mean, you're just gonna go get dirty again, right? Like,
Yes.
I hear you, man. Like, shower, and I'm like, just every time I ask him to shower, he's like, oh, and I'm like, you'd be done
It
with
is
it in
kind of a
5
hassle.
minutes. But it is a hassle. I'm like, at least you're not a girl and you don't have long hair, because then it's an extra hassle.
I do think about that. I think about like the whole getting ready, even when I'm thinking about phone calls and being on camera, like it does not disrupt men at all. It
No.
disrupts women a lot, and that's starting to piss me off because I'm like, I have to get my hair done, I have to put makeup, I have to do all the things. I know you don't
Right.
have to, but I have to look professional. The freedom of not having to do that crap is now gone, and it's really starting to piss me off.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I
what happened.
roll out of bed and be
Right.
on a phone call, no problem.
Yeah, I agree that guys haven't always had it easier in that respect. It's like they don't have to spend that much extra time, like an extra 30 minutes to dry our hair, right? Like, I mean, that's what it is. Well, I am so happy and excited that we finally got to catch up. I'm looking forward to, we have some great guests coming up. But it's been so fun catching up, Jenny, as it always is.
I know I've missed you.
I know. We got to go do another crazy adventure. We had our dance class back in the day that we went and did together.
Tooling.
Oh yeah, tooling around. Yeah, we should talk.
Tooling.
I like that. Yeah, we should video us tooling.
Anytime, anywhere.
I love it. Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for listening. We look forward to having you join us again soon. Everybody take care and have a great day.